Yes, what you're about to see is Route 128, which we all know is one of the hub's busiest thoroughfares. Well, exactly 1 week ago today, it was more than a highway for busy commuters. It was the scene of an amazing story and the amazing birth site of Julianne Hill. Julianne, a bouncing baby girl who made her debut in rush hour traffic in too much of a rush to get to the hospital. And to tell us about it is her mom, Sally, who is holding Julianne. And boy, Sally, that was quite an event for you, I'll tell you. Sally, of course, couldn't do that alone. At the wheel of the 83 Oldsmobile Cutlass was her husband, Bill. Good morning to you, Bill. And in the back seat, watching in amazement and wonder as the newest member of the family made her debut, was their 10-year-old son, Jason, who also joins us. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah? You over the shock of all this?
Yeah.
Are you? What a way to introduce a young man to the birth of a child. I'll tell you, we were talking about that beforehand. What happened that morning? Did you expect to deliver that day?
Not really.
No, I mean, any signs? What was going on?
Well, I woke up at about 7 o'clock that morning and I didn't feel too well. So I told my husband, I just felt like I had cramps. We flew into the car and we hit rush hour traffic. It was unbelievable.
How about you, Bill? What was your reaction?
Well, I couldn't believe it was coming, you know. I could see her squirming around, and I tried to convince her not to push, but it's...
Did you do the typical just relax, everything?
He was
I was
good.
trying to do the
really...
coach routine, but I wound up, we got little role switches, and Jason wound up being the coach, and...
Well, talk us through this, because you had actually gone to birth preparation classes, Bill,
well,
and Jason...
Lamar's classes don't exactly prepare you to...
No, that's true, they do not. Maybe they should. And
I
Jason...
could have used Irving Fryer there for crying out loud instead of me to catch the kid, but...
We'll talk about that, because there is a fetal kind of force that you actually had to deal with. But what happened? As you were driving, you realized that Sally was delivering?
No, my mother said she was in labor, and the head was coming, and my father said it wasn't. And then he pulled over, and he felt that the head was coming, so he pulled down into the breakdown lane, and he took off her pants real fast, and then the baby, he stuck his fingers under the baby's chin, and she gave one last push, and I don't know the rest. He just told me that it shot out.
I thought Jason was going to be traumatized for life, so I tried not to scream too loudly.
Well, yeah.
But
fortunately for me.
Actually,
it's for my benefit.
I could barely sit. I was in the front seat of the car, and I was screaming at Bill, you know, and he was doing good. He was handling it fine.
I was
driving, and I told him...
You were calming him down, Jason?
I told him, we're not going to make it to the hospital. And he said, yes, we are. He thought I was just a woman complaining, you know.
But then you saw the head, Bill, so you realized the baby was...
It was time to go. You know?
Birth was imminent.
I told him.
How about your mom's reaction? Were you frightened, Jason? What was your mom doing?
She was on the seat, like laying on the top part of the seat with her head lying back, and I was just sitting on the seat like... and just looking at my toys and I'm saying, I was saying to myself, hopefully this baby isn't going to come in the car.
Well, you didn't want that to happen, but was it what you had expected? Your mom wasn't yelling out. Was that different than what you thought?
Yeah, I once it was over, I said to her that most of the time on TV that women yell real loud, and she didn't yell loud at all. She only gave little and oohs.
And oohs, huh? Boy, but I'll tell you, but you were torn pretty badly because there was no assistance for you, right, Sam?
Right.
So
yeah, she came awful fast.
Yeah. When she was born, I've heard she wasn't crying, and that concerned you.
Well, you know, you're always concerned when it first happened. You know, I didn't know what to expect, whether she was alive or dead or what.
We were all in total shock, and as soon as she came out, Bill put her on my stomach, and I covered her with my shirt, and we looked at her, and Bill said, "Oh my God," and he shook her, and then she started to cry.
And you wrapped the umbilical cord and just kept Sally warm with the baby?
We're only 15 minutes away by that point to Waltham Hospital, and which is where we're headed. If there's a problem, I guess I would have shot down to Newton Wellesley, but you know the child was doing well at that point.
So you went on to the hospital where you?
Yeah, my doctor was supposed to meet us there.
What was the reaction when you got to the hospital?
Well, I think they were expecting someone else. They say, "Are you the woman? Are you the guy with the woman in labor?" I says, "No." I says, "No, my wife's not in labor." He says, "We delivered, you know, back in back here in Needham. This is it. She says, you got it in the car, and then...
They started to clap. We got a round of applause.
Afterwards, after we got her all in and everything, but...
But before that, my father asked me if, what was it, a boy or a girl? And I said, I looked at her for a sec, and
Jason
I said,
looked at the...
a boy.
He saw the umbilical cord, and he says, a boy. I says, well, that doesn't run in my family, not that big anyway. So look between the legs.
So I looked between the legs, and and I said, there's nothing there, so it has to be a girl. So.
Oh, right.
And at that point, I said to both of them, now I can talk to you guys. Yeah, the pain subsided.
Oh, I'll bet you really. That has got to be.
I felt bad for Jason though, because I thought he was, you know, going to be in shock.
Well, let me ask you about that. Now, are you prepared when you grow up to have a baby? Do you think you know more than most 10-year-olds?
Well, I'd say so. About birthing, I don't know about other things.
You even know what to say. That's the proper word, too. Are you proud of your mom for going through that the way she did?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, I mean, what are the things you've been thinking about?
I thought she was handling it very good. And my father, I had to keep him calm, and I was helping Mom stay down.
You're some
and
guy.
I was keeping him cool, so, and he didn't, he was going, it's here, it's happening.
Yeah, but now tell everybody what happened. I mean, when it rains, it pours. What happened to your car?
Well, there was blood on the floor, and then there was, I don't know what
It was cleaned up, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then the car got stolen 2 days after.
Yeah, when it rains, it does pour, because I said to Bill, go home and clean the car out. I was worried about the car, because we have a nice interior, and he went home, cleaned the car out, scrubbed it. 2 days later, he's parked at a parking meter in Boston, and somebody steals our car.
I hope there's an automobile dealer watching who, for this traumatized family who went through this with such bravery, would
They took our birthing mobile. That's what
I was pretty disappointed. I was going to glue sneakers to the dashboard with the stirrups and drive around and do this.
And then Dad and I were thinking of going in business when other things weren't as hot, and the computer field was run down. We could do this for part-time.
You could coach birth in cars, huh? Yeah. Well, you're some family, and we wish you lots of luck. May I hold her? She's just a week old, isn't she? Julianne Hill, you are famous, and you are gorgeous. Look at this face. Isn't she beautiful? What a gorgeous baby. Well, you're very lucky because...
And she's a good baby, too.
She's good, yeah, and I hope you feel better, Sally. You've been through a lot. Bill? Good father, good lesson. And boy, Jason, I'll tell you, you can come around and calm me down anytime, okay? Great to have you all here. Thank you.